What news are we going to talk about tonight, Alicia?
The same news that happens every night, Charlie. Time to talk about reboots. The Animaniacs may be escaping the water tower yet again. Next on ScreenJunkies News.
Narf!
Thanks to its cult following and excellent performance on Netflix, Amblin Television, Warner Brothers Animation, and Steven Spielberg are bringing back the Animaniacs for an as-yet-to-be-determined network. The cartoon followed the exploits of the Warner Brothers and their sister Dot, three meta-cartoon beings whose zany antics riffed on classic Hollywood, as well as puns and naughty euphemisms. Now that the show's popularity is surging again, is this a good idea, bad idea to bring the gang back together? With me to discuss is the Slappy to my squirrel and the runt to my Rita, Charlie Feldman.
Hello, nurse.
Woo! I'm so excited that you were so excited about this, right?
I'm probably way too excited. I'm going to bring too much enthusiasm. The commenters are going to be like, Charlie needs to dial it back. But this was... So it was Animaniacs in the comedy world and Batman the Animated Series in the more dramatic world.
It's your childhood.
These were my shows. These were my two favorite. I had others, but these were like my two absolute favorite. So when I first heard the news, I did the thing that I always do with reboots, which is like, why? The original is perfect. Why change it? But then I realized I'm an adult now and could possibly write for it. So then became totally selfish. And I was like, yes, this is great.
So you're really excited. You think it should be getting the reboot treatment?
As long as, and we'll get into it, but as long as they do it right and they bring back the same creatives, the voice cast, all of that, there's a way to do this in a way. There's a way to do this in a way. Mm-hmm. There's a way to make this as great as it used to be.
So it's become popular again, and that's mainly because of Netflix.
So Netflix brought it on over a year ago, and it did a smashing success. People are watching it, new generations are watching it, and that led to actually a tour with the voice actors doing the songs from the show. So it has just built. All the popularity built on itself, like you would hope any sort of good word of mouth for a good property like this. So it makes complete sense. It follows in what Arrested Development did before for Netflix, and also MST3K, which just had its reboot. They have precedent, and I really do want it to go to Netflix because Netflix has this amazing creative development team, and I think they really care about preserving the quality of all these reboots. I don't know so much about Full House, but I hear that was close enough to the original to be good. I think they have a good track record, so I'm hoping they get to keep it.
Yeah, Netflix are doing amazing things. I mean, they're in Cannes with their original movies. They're giving money to TV productions and to filmmakers to make original material, as well as bringing back some really popular stuff. Do you think the popularity also has to do with this kind of 90s nostalgia kick?
It almost feels like we're at the tail end of 90s nostalgia. Now we're going into the aughts, which is really disturbing on a lot of levels. But this is a show that will last through all time because it's a classic. It talks about classic Hollywood. The jokes are really fresh. And the great thing is it works on multiple levels. You've got the childhood slapstick. You can appreciate on that level. I'm sure most of us did. And then you get, as an adult, you're like, oh my God, they're making a Chinatown reference. Oh my God, good feathers are good fellas. And you connect the dots in this other way.
It's so cool.
It's really well written. Alicia, I want you to watch this show so much.
I remember, there was like, I know it came to Australia, and I'm sure I saw 1 or 2 episodes, and I know about the water tower situation, but I missed this totally, and everything you're saying just sounds like completely my jam.
It will speak to the inner childhood Alicia and the older childhood Alicia, because you're still a kid. Inside Out. I don't know where I'm going with that. I'm just really excited.
I'm still a kid at heart, and I love the way you're sitting cross-legged like a kid.
I know.
You're so
I'm settled in, you guys. All I need is like Lucky Charms cereal to just eat out of the box, and I'm totally set. This was such a big show. I don't know how else to explain it.
Yeah, it's such an important part, obviously, of many people's childhoods. So what can people do? What can they do to keep the quality the same as it was?
Please keep the voice cast. Most of the voice cast, I believe, is still around. I don't know if any of them have passed, but I feel like they would be raring to go again on these roles. Bernadette Peters, hopefully, coming back as Rita, and I guess I would love to hear her songs again. As much as the creative team they can bring back, that'll help it. I can't imagine them not wanting to come back to this sort of property. It's so, one of the things I love that I read earlier is that it's an educational show. It's entertaining, but it's also educational. People remember it very fondly for the State Capitals song, and there's a country song that Yakko does. And they had a mind for how do we tell kids these like kind of usually dry things in this entertaining way, and they did it. They achieved that, and it's just a respect for kids and respecting their intellect and knowing that they would rise to the occasion instead of talking down to them. And if they do that, if they put the attention on that, there's no way this won't live up to how it used to be.
And then it could be a whole new generation, not just the people who loved it growing up, but people now who are kids.
Absolutely. And there's so many references I can't wait for them to mine. Like, I hope they don't go too modern with the references, but I'm sure we'll get a Miley Cyrus cartoon. There's no way that's not happening.
Well, what was your favorite segment when you used to watch Animaniacs?
Oh, my goodness. I feel like it's cheating to say Pinky and the Brain because they had the spinoff.
Yeah.
But they are a classic. I really liked Rita and Runt because I was a musical theater geek, and Rita was Bernadette Peters, and I loved her singing. But Good Feathers is amazing. Good Idea, Bad Idea. Those segments I feel like don't get any love. Chicken Boo is ridiculous. So Chicken Boo, if you guys don't know, Chicken Boo is a giant chicken that gets in these situations where they treat him like a human, and then, you know, he never gets found out. You never find out he's a chicken, and that's the running gag, and it works every time.
I love that. Okay, I'm definitely going to watch. I'm going to watch on Netflix. I'm going to binge it now. Charlie Feldman, thank you so much for joining me, sharing your love of Animaniacs. We want to know what you guys think. Are you excited about Animaniacs coming back? What would you love to see? What do you think they can do to preserve the original quality? Tell us below. Make sure you're nice to each other. And as always, you can click over here for more internets, more good stuff from SJ News. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, SJ News, like and subscribe to this channel, and we'll see you soon.